Noswaith dda. Sudaki heno? Dwi wedi cael wythnos dda iawn yn cyfarfod efo chi ar yr Ynys. This week, Parliament's been in recess, and contrary to populist opinion, recess is not a holiday for MPs, and in fact, over the last week, my diary has been as busy, if not busier than ever. I've always held the strong belief that MPs should be well plugged into the communities that they represent, as the more we know and understand about what's going on locally, the better we are able to represent our constituencies in Parliament. And as such, I've grasped the opportunity of an uninterrupted week back at home here on Ynys Môn to meet and spend time with as many local people, community groups and businesses as possible. On Friday, I met with Holyhead Sailing Club to discuss opening up more opportunities for young people to become involved with sailing. The club has made a huge contribution over many decades in introducing young people from across Anglesey to the joys of sailing, and I'm looking forward to supporting them in being able to continue doing so for many years to come. On Saturday, I joined Lowry and Neil from Wild Elements, who were running a free family drop-in art and science day, with thanks to funding from Medra Môn at Holyhead's fantastic Uceldra Centre. And following this, I visited an open garden near Caergiliog, where Tricia Coates was participating in the National Open Garden Scheme, and she had opened up her beautiful garden to the public to enjoy. I ended the day with a meeting with Peter Williams and colleagues from the Farmers Union of Wales to discuss both the concerns and vast opportunities that the new and upcoming trade deals that the UK is securing represent for our farmers. On Sunday, with the sun shining, I visited a livery yard near Gwalchmai, where they were holding their first show since 2019. And on Monday, I met with Brian Summerlad. Brian is a renowned plastic surgeon to speak about the charity he's helped to establish called Cleft. This incredible charity trains doctors in places like Bangladesh to repair cleft palates, an affliction that can cause such damage to a child's life if it's not treated. And following this meeting, I went to the most northerly village in Wales, the beautiful Cemmaes, to listen to a band performing, a performance that also featured the Elderly Brothers. We were outside the old Vigor pub, and it was delightful to see the village welcoming so many visitors as the sun shone down. I left Cemmaes to catch up with Lucy, Andrew, Leslie and many more businesses and talent at the Holyhead Artisans Market. Earlier this month, I was delighted to accept an invitation from North Wales Wildlife to take part in their beach clean at Roscollon. Teams and organisations such as the North Wales Wildlife Trust, Keep Wales Tidy, Anglesey Sea Zoo and the Friends of the Anglesey Coastal Path, along with thousands of individuals who often go unmentioned, volunteer across our island to remove waste. Their work and their commitment to protecting our environment is inspirational and indeed inspired me to organise a beach clean session of my own. I'd like to reiterate my thanks to all those who joined my big Anglesey beach clean on Tuesday as part of Spring Clean Cymru. 24 kind volunteers met on Triartha Bay Beach, and wearing gloves and brandishing litter pickers, we collected over 10 sacks of rubbish. I had the pleasure of catching up with two of our hard-working PCSOs and even found a beautifully painted Anglesey rock, which I'm looking forward to hiding for someone else to joyfully discover. A special thank you must go to my team who did such a great job putting the event together. Following the beach clean, I ended the day with a visit to the fish dock at Skinner's Monument in Holyhead. Yesterday I went to Llangefni and joined the Police Community Support Officer, Lee, in a walkabout of the town. We discussed the main concerns of residents and the challenges faced by the police both in the town and across Anglesey. This was a hugely rewarding visit, and I'm looking forward to continuing to do all that I can to support our amazing North Wales Police. Today, I visited the North Wales charity Stepping Stones, which provides support for adult survivors of childhood sexual abuse. Their counselling and support services are provided for free. My primary motivation for entering politics was to give a voice to people who have no voice, and victims of abuse often suffer in silence, being too afraid to speak out or to seek help. For victims of child sexual abuse, this suffering can continue for many years and throughout adulthood. The lockdown of the last 15 months, a hugely difficult time for everyone, has served to enhance their suffering. And Stepping Stones is a charity that provides therapeutic services to adults across North Wales who are sexually abused as children. And I was both deeply moved and hugely impressed at their compassion and dedication to helping people who've suffered so terribly in their pasts. This afternoon I visited Amloch Town Football Club on Lombach. It's lovely to wish the juniors, seniors, walking football and the pan disability teams every success in the forthcoming football season. And I'd particularly like to thank the hard-working volunteers who do so much to support the Amloch Town Football Club. This year has thrown many challenges that we could never imagine that we would have to endure. And as I can never say this too often, I'm so proud of the way that our island has united in the face of these challenges. We've come together in the very toughest of times, and it's so inspiring to see. I often describe our island as a beacon of entrepreneurialism and a beacon of compassion. Through all my visits and meetings this week, I know that that beacon is shining as bright as ever. As always, I feel incredibly privileged to have the opportunity to serve you all. I will be back in Parliament on Monday, firing on all cylinders and determined to be the best local representative that I can be. Mwynhewch y penwythnos heulog.